Once upon a time, in a land far away, there lived a young man named Dominic. He was born into a poor family and had always dreamed of making a name for himself. Despite his humble beginnings, Dominic was a determined and ambitious young man. He was fascinated by snakes, and it was said that he had a special connection with these creatures. One day, while exploring the forest, Dominic came across a hidden temple. It was said to be the home of the king of snakes, who was said to be the most powerful snake in all the land. Dominic entered the temple and was greeted by the king of snakes himself. The king was so impressed by Dominic's courage and love for snakes that he offered him the opportunity to become the next king of snakes. Dominic was overjoyed and accepted the offer without hesitation. The king of snakes then passed on his powers to Dominic, and from that day forward, Dominic was known as the king of snakes. He was able to control all snakes with just a thought and was respected by all creatures in the land. With his newfound powers, Dominic worked hard to create a kingdom where snakes and humans could coexist in peace. He worked tirelessly to protect his subjects and made sure that all creatures in his kingdom were treated fairly. Over time, Dominic's kingdom grew, and he became one of the most beloved rulers in the land. After accepting the offer to become the next king of snakes, Dominic was given a series of trials to prove his worthiness to rule over the snake kingdom. These trials were designed to test his strength, courage, and wisdom, and he was given a limited amount of time to complete them. The first trial was a test of strength. Dominic was tasked with wrestling and defeating the strongest snake in the kingdom. Dominic fought with all his might, using his quick wit and cunning to outmaneuver the snake. In the end, he emerged victorious, impressing the other snakes with his bravery and determination. The second trial was a test of courage. Dominic was sent to retrieve a magical herb that was guarded by a group of deadly snakes. The herb was said to have the power to heal all wounds and cure all ailments. Despite the danger, Dominic bravely set out to retrieve the herb. He used his connection with snakes to befriend the snakes guarding the herb and was able to retrieve it safely. The third and final trial was a test of wisdom. Dominic was given a riddle to solve, and he was told that the answer would reveal the location of the secret temple where the king of snakes lived. The riddle was difficult, but Dominic was determined to solve it. He thought deeply about the riddle and, after much contemplation, he finally figured out the answer. With all the trials complete, Dominic was deemed worthy to become the next king of snakes. He was crowned in a grand ceremony, and the snakes of the kingdom hailed him as their new ruler. Dominic was grateful for the opportunity to prove himself and was eager to start his new role as the king of snakes. He ruled justly and fairly, and his kingdom prospered under his rule. And so, the story of Dominic, the young man who became the king of snakes, lives on, inspiring generations to come. His bravery, determination, and wisdom continue to be remembered, and he remains one of the most beloved rulers in the history of the snake kingdom. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider liking the video and subscribe to be notified of freshly baked, frightfully generic stories.